I'm Couture, and this is Astrological Perspectives. Thanks once again for taking the time to hang out with me here for a few minutes. I wanted to let you know that I'll be giving a lecture on the topic of transpersonal astrology for the International Academy of Astrology on June 15th. So go to that website, internationalacademyofastrology.com, and you can sign up for that if you like. But the reason I'm telling you about it is because it's important to understand that the changes and transformations that I'm trying to present to you for May of 2019 have long-term implications, and it really relates to the idea that transpersonal astrology doesn't necessarily refer only to astrologers or for astrologers, for any individual. The idea of transpersonal is that you need to look at your life and the world around you from the perspective of the human species. Looking at yourself as the human species and looking at what you are doing to the planet and beginning to realize it's time to make those kind of changes. So with that in mind, let's hear the report for May 2019. Thanks very much. Hope to see you June 15th. The chart for May 2019 shows a Taurus sun and rising, and a moon in Pisces. This will definitely be a wake-up call for all personal relationships. People will need to make sincere efforts to resolve conflicting values and desires while dealing with a full plate of changes piling up pressure that is waiting for action. The weight of karmic law, which is one of the functions of the 12th house, demands we work to change behaviors which are no longer viable, healthy, or environmentally stable or sustainable. The time for change is well upon us now. So if you know your moon and rising signs, please listen for those as well. Aries, you are either motivated by guilt feelings or the desire to be more spiritual. In either case, there is a need to adapt to new and developing circumstances. Changes in your resources may result in a more active community life. Taurus, the changes you need to enact will benefit everyone because you will be better able to connect with others who share your values. Curbing aggressive impulses improves self-esteem, which helps turn your fondest hopes into reality. Gemini, your personal actions may affect your primary relationship. Acting out of frustration brings about change in the direction of your relationship. Working hard to rekindle your feelings of love and kindness will reignite those passions. Cancer, the challenge is to work smart, to get better sense of direction that your work is going in, and rising above significant self-doubt. Your critical view of self and life is just a tad too conservative. This can result in anger and conflicting values. Leo, your work is under reconstruction, and that might mean some changes in friendships and perhaps in your more romantic relationships. Make a real effort to nurture others with compassionate caring, and joy will surely fill your heart. Virgo, your ability to serve the needs of others is surely fueled by compassion, but can make it very hard to do some things for yourself. This is behind some conflicted feelings about your career. Nurture your needs while helping others. Libra, your relationship with others, from the personal to the social and spiritual, runs from one extreme to the other at times, but more so lately. Self-respect must come from within if you want to avoid being duped. Financial Stability cannot replace love. Scorpio, just when you thought you were settled and that pesky old past interrupts you in your peaceful slumber, well, you may have what you need, but you don't have what you want. Hiding with no obligations to others just will not satisfy your soul. Sagittarius, personal review of your direction is needed. Best way forward involves a reduction in self-criticism and a change of work habits. Compassion for self-healing helps you create new ventures that adds value to your good works. Capricorn, recycle old self-criticisms and break away, far away from the past. Inner conflicts emphasize the need to redirect your focus toward new career directions and potentials. Your skills set has values that you need to exploit if you are to seek better stability. Aquarius, independence is illusory, and some resentments may be lingering just out of view. Your mental state is insecure in that you need to get control of your direction within your community. The challenge is to make authentic connections. Pisces, sort through self-doubt to recover your true self-direction. Fire up your ambition to start something new because old paradigms are falling away. Use your community connections and participate in social change and spiritual development. In the more mundane world of politics and social activities, Mars is the only planet below the horizon and indicates an intense battle over social and economic values. This Mars in Gemini in the second house of finances and values is the first to rise, while the last to rise is Uranus in the 12th house of karmic results. Simply put, there is a desire, or is there, for transformative change in this world. That's up to you. The Gemini focus is to present conflicts to the mind so as to begin the mental process of resolving them. Libra brings that to focus in the law and its enforcement. The combination of Mars being the first to rise below the horizon and Uranus, the last to rise, tells a story of conflicts and demands real change rather than platitudes. This is further supported by the Pisces Moon, which depicts a desire to take action on the part of the general population, which would like to see something happen to change things. The table of three legs involving Pluto, Mercury, and the north node of the Moon emphasizes the sixth house of duties and obligations. This T-square involves the Supreme Court and the potential for suppressing the ability of the people to achieve what they desire. This conflict will most certainly play out in the courts. On a personal level, this means relationships, all of them, new and old, will need some work in the conflict resolution department. On the political level, this one could be difficult for heads of state, including Trump, of course, for Mars is on his north node and Jupiter is closing in on his moon, as you can see here in the biwheel, which has his chart in the center and May 2019 on the outer circle. There is a powerful need challenging us to return to the rule of law and the supremacy of the Constitution. I don't care what country you live in. And that is indicated by the north node of the Moon, which is joining Mars below the horizon, but is in the third house of conflict resolution. This node depicts the importance of strengthening our legal, social, and personal contracts. The overall message is that work toward real and substantial change is necessary. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're interested in having a reading, please contact me at www.astrologicalperspectives.net. For Astrological Perspectives, I'm Couture.